So today I'm going to show you how to create this gorgeous girly Guerlain look. I'm going to use all their gorgeous bronzers and highlighters and show you just how easy it is to create this beautiful iridescent bronzy look. So let me show you how it's done. So I've already prepped my skin and I've had one of these on for half an hour, which is absolutely gorgeous. I do these quite a lot. Sheet mask, really amazing. And then more prep, and then the Guerlain L'Essentiel, which is a really nice foundation, and this comes with a charcoal brush. So you can see it's quite nice. It's a medium coverage, but when you've got a lot of prep underneath, you can make it a little bit lighter. I didn't really need to use any extra concealer around my nose and chin either. That was adequate. And then under the eyes, Precious Light, which is another favourite. My brows have been prepped with the new brow framer, which has got like little particles in. So it's just filled in the gaps where my eyebrows are a little bit blonde and haven't got as much hair. So I'm going to start with the brown liner and I'm going to line my eyes, and then I'm going to work on and make this the girly bronzy look. But I want to put the liner in first and I go back over with the liner just so it's easier to do that. So I find these liquid liners, because they're so fine, I think they're quite easy to use. This is a really fine, it's quite flexible. So I think it's quite an easy to use liquid liner. So just sketching out the shape, take it right from the eye line and up. I mean, at this stage you can easily correct anyway. Dip it back in, see that looks like a nice shape. Just looking at sort of creating something on the outer corner. I think that's the most flattering. I remember these when I was younger. Me and my mum had like a gold copper one. We were really excited about it. I think we went to John Lewis to buy it. We do get excited about makeup. So just creating the shape there. So just giving the eye a little bit of lift. As you can see, I'm probably going to go in and I'm going to just correct that a little bit and then go back in again with the liner. But I'm going to go back in with the liner anyway after I've put sort of all the bronzy highlighty stuff on. But as you can see, that's just giving my eye a nice little bit of lift. So I've just sprayed a little bit of micellar water onto this brush. You've probably seen me do this before just to correct. Don't worry if you don't get the line the first time. It's, it's tricky. But you can correct it really easy. So if you do this first and the lines are already in, it just makes life a lot easier. So once we've got that in, I'm going to go in and do the other side, and then we're going to come back and we're going to make this all lovely and lifted and highlighty. So there. Okay, so once you've had a tweak around with the flicks, I'm really sorry I've given you a difficult one this week because it is difficult to do flicks, and you're happy with that, it's time to move on. I quite like them always to lift, and I always advise doing the opposite side first. So if you're right-handed, do the left first and then do the right. So next I'm going to take some of this. This is actually a highlighting palette. It's for the cheeks, but I'm going to use some of this on the eyes because I really like it. I'm going to use on the eyes and the cheeks because I want to create like a really sort of gorgeous, pretty, twinkly Guerlain gorgeousness. I really like these palettes. I mean, they smell lovely and they're really pretty, and I just kind of want to do it justice by creating like a really sort of pretty eye. And you know, it's summer and everything should be pretty, and you know, it will cheer us up. I just quite like the sort of highlightiness of this. I'm going to use all three colours in different places, but I quite like the effect it creates. It's really sort of twinkly and pretty. When it all goes on, you'll see. I mean, we're going to have to go over the liner again probably, but it's just best to get that in first, because if you're going to make any mistakes, you can correct them now rather than ruin the eye makeup. This smells so nice, it's so pretty. So just on the other eye as well, some of the pinky colour. Just popping this all over. got to use the mirror today because this is quite a precise look, so I will keep having to refer to it. Otherwise it'd be like the blind leading the blind. So just pop that in. I'm also going to use some of the bronzer as well, just to sculpt the eye a bit. Now I'm going to use some of this peachy colour, which is also really highlighty. I'm just going to pop that here, the centre of the eye, and then work it out a little bit. So you can see it is going onto the liner a little bit, so we might need to pop a little bit. Just depends on how strong you want it to look. So there. And then a little bit of the white just to highlight in the inner corner, just to put in a little bit of brightness. And then I think I'm going to take some of this peach shade and just pop that underneath. I mean, I'm actually just doing this all with a flat brush. It's not difficult and it blends in really easily. So I might just take this contour brush, the Lizzo one, and just blend everything in. There. Now I'm going to use, this is the Terracotta, which is again actually for cheeks, but I'm actually going to pop just a little bit into the eye just to warm it all up, because this is a sort of bronzy, pearly, gorgeous look. So this comes in like a few different shades. But I'm going to use this one here and then just pop that here, just to bring in the bronzy colour a little bit, just to give the eye some extra dimension, an extra shape. So it just gives the eye a bit more pop, as you can see, sort of just pulls it out a little bit. So I've talked about that before. If you want something to be seen in makeup, put a light colour on. If you don't want something to be seen, put a dark colour on. But that's the basic rule of contouring, or non-touring as I like to call it. Quite like the shape of this on my eyes, makes it sort of lifted, like an eye lift. So just to add a little bit of warmth and colour. Actually, I might pop a little bit of this underneath the eye as well. Again, just sort of bringing in those lovely bronzy colours. There. A little bit more here. A bit more there. There. Now it's time, I think, to get lashed. So I just went over the eyeliner a little bit just to make it a little bit stronger. If you want it to be a bit softer, then just leave it. You don't need to do that. But I quite like the sort of strength of it, and I quite like what it's doing with my eyes. I'm now going to pop on some mascara. I'm using the Marc Jacobs Bold Lash because it's really good. And the mascara is really going to help the look. So you need to concentrate on the outer corner of the lashes here. So you need to be making sure you've got lots of mascara on the outer corner here, because that helps with lifting the eye. Because this look is sort of cat eye flick, and it needs that sort of flickety flick. Flickety flick. Yeah, so concentrate that on the outer corner. I make myself laugh sometimes when I do these, but I do miss people. It's quite weird talking to yourself. I really miss talking to people. So keep concentrating on that. And I don't think I'm going to go bottom, actually. I just think I'm going to stay on the top. I'm going to keep this quite clean underneath. I think it'd be nice just to keep this on the top. So I'm just going to finish this mascara off. I don't think you need me to show you how to do that. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you lips and cheeks. Okay, so that's the mascara done. And what I have done is I've just popped this waterproof pencil. It's a Chanel one. It's in agape, just in the top tight line. I didn't show you me doing it because my eyes tend to go, but it does make a really big difference, and it sort of gives the eye an extra bit of strength. Now I'm going to move on to the cheeks. So I'm going to use this Terracotta bronzer, which is what Guerlain is famous for, their bronzers. This is deep, and I'm going to use this just to create shape and bronze, because I could do with a bit of a glow. Although I have got a tiny bit of a tan. It has been, the weather has been quite nice, and even I've got a tan. So I tend to do a bit of a swirl on it and use all of it, and use a big brush. This is a Lily England brush. It's nice and soft. So it's just using a tiny bit, because deep is possibly a little bit dark for me, but if I work it, it's fine. They come in lots of different colours. So there's light, there's medium, there's deep. So there's definitely a bronzer for you. I think Guerlain do the best bronzers. I think they're really good colours. I think they're really natural, and I think they go on really well. And as I am a fan of cream, for me to be using a powder, it must be good. But you can see it's like creating just quite a lot. So you can be quite, you know, you don't have to be precise with it. You know, I'm all, you know how I tend to like really bung things on the cheeks. So there into the contour line. So you can see I sort of look like I've been on holiday. So there. And then I'm going to move on to the gorgeous palette that I was using on the eyes. Oh, I've got hair in my eyes. Hold on. So I'm going to move on to using this gorgeous palette for how it should be intended. I'm going to pop a little bit of peach on the cheek, because we like it, which will work really nicely with the bronze. So I put a bit of that on the cheek, on the apples of the cheek, which is nice. That's giving me a lot of colour. And then the highlighty goldy colour on the tops of my cheek to highlight. So you can see I'm really sparkling, which I like. Some more bronzy and goldy, a little bit more peach. And then a tiny bit of the pink as well, just onto the apple. There, Guerlain gorgeousness. And then to finish, I'm going to use the Rouge G Sheer Shine lipstick. And this is number 677. I'm just going to pop that on really easily, straight from the bullet. They're actually a really interesting shape, and it actually makes it quite easy to put your lipstick on from the bullet. This is a nice colour, just a nice pink. It's fresh, makes your teeth look white, makes you feel healthy, makes like you feel a bit on holiday. It's very sheer, very easy to use. But again, massage it in, make it look natural. It's the best way for making a lipstick look natural, even if it is actually a darker colour. And it can make it look less precise. There. And that is it. Gorgeous, girly Guerlain. What do you think? I think it's a good look. I think it's pretty. I think everyone should try it. Thanks for listening. Take care. Bye.